upgrade. I sometimes do, sometimes don't have a program on New Year's Eve, and this year that kind of pushed me over the fence to not have one because we've got a few things that have kind of been slowing me down for the past week that I've got to get upgraded and fine-tuned, we'll say. So while we won't be here tomorrow and Friday, we will be around covering the news and in the studio perhaps more even than what I would like. Nevertheless, we do have a great deal of ground to cover before I leave you. That also includes a local report, and I know it's on a personal note, but it's also one that kind of ties into everyone in the community about the Sagersville Dairy Queen and about their annual New Year's Day customer appreciation sale this Friday. Half off on everything in the store except the ice cream and cakes. It's always a big day, and our way to say thank you, and I'll tell you more about that. And of course, it ties into some other news that you may have heard. We haven't talked about it in the program, but it's been made public about the transfer of the business, and we'll talk briefly about that tonight with more to come. Some weather-related news. We know what's coming, colder, drier air for the new year. I did speak with Miss McGoffin, Kathleen Smith, today about the upcoming princess lessons and what she has planned. It's going to be a really neat event for a lot of little girls, I think, coming up soon. So I'll remind you about that and a whole lot of other news and information weather-wise. I do have some more information to pass along to you. Not coming as much of a surprise, I don't think, just being made official on yesterday's program as we were looking at a forecast that was drier and colder. I also showed you some information about December destined to be the warmest on record. That is on record since records have been kept at the National Weather Service, and I think it probably goes for a significant time beyond that. But it also has now been confirmed that we are going to see, yet to be determined, the latest snowfall of the season on record as well.
Yeah, we still don't know when that snowfall is going to happen. It's not in the forecast, that's for certain. But this was some more information about temperatures that they posted on the National Weather Service, and this shows your average temperature. And they have, of course, the London office and the Jackson office, and we most always refer to the Jackson office. But if you go to the right side of your screen, that's the average temperatures. And yesterday I showed you a long list of 6 record-setting days for this month of December, where various years where they had record highs for that day in December all fell. Well, all that record warmth that we saw just a few days ago has helped add up to so far an average temperature of 51.5 degrees for the month of December. Now, the next warmest, if you will, was 46.6 degrees back in 1984. That was the warmest December on record, so a significant difference. Now, today's numbers haven't been factored into that. Tomorrow's numbers haven't been factored into that, but they're still above average or above par as well, so definitely safe to say record-breaking warmth through December. And the latest they've ever seen a snowfall was December the 29th in 2001, the second line down on your screen, where they measured about 1.2 inches. Now, measurable snowfall, it doesn't take much. 1/10 of an inch is considered measurable, but the latest snowfall on record for the winter season was back in 2001, December the 29th. We have obviously surpassed that today, the 30th, and looking down your forecast, I don't have any between now and next Tuesday, any word or mention of snowfall or chances thereof, and maybe not for a significant time thereafter. So that record's still undetermined, but changing every day.
The idea behind princess lessons, as I'm told by our Miss McGoffin, Kathleen Smith, in the following interview came from an interview question she was posed during the Miss McGoffin County pageant when she was asked if she could be a princess for a day, who would she choose? Kate Middleton, by the way, was her answer. And from there, the idea started to grow, and it's culminated with an event that will also go to support her platform. So princess lessons are going to be held. An invitation going out to a whole lot of young girls for the event, which is going to be about a whole lot of fun, I'm sure. Tea time, as well as princess lessons, and I'm sure a lot of entertainment from our Miss McGoffin as well.
That's right, Princess Lessons, hosted by Miss McGoffin, 2016, Kathleen Smith, on Saturday, January the 9th, here at the Sagersville Renaissance Building.
When they get here, we're going to have a photo booth set up for the little girls, and we'll take a picture, and then what we'll do is we'll have a tea luncheon, and we're going to decorate some sugar cookies that are shaped like crowns. I just got the cookie cutter in the other day. It's adorable. I'm really excited for that. And then what we'll do is I'll give a lesson on, like I said, the virtues of being a princess, like integrity, poise, class, and what those things mean and how they can exude those characteristics. And then we'll do our fashion show. The little girls are supposed to come dressed in their princess attire, whatever princess means to them, whether it's a Disney princess or like my version of a princess, Kate Middleton, and then they'll come dressed in that, and we'll do the fashion show. It'll be just a lot of fun, and I'm really excited because this is going to raise money for my platform, which is Alzheimer's awareness.
All proceeds from the $20 per princess fee will go toward the Alzheimer's Association, whose efforts are very near and dear to Kathleen's heart.
Yeah, actually, exciting news coming from the Miss McGoffin County organization, scholarship organization camp, is that my platform is now going to be called Memories Through Melodies, and it's based on my grandmother who just passed away in October. She and I used to sing together all the time, and up until about 5 months or so before she passed away, she was able to sing songs and hymns with me that she knew, and even though she didn't know my name or who I was. So it's really unique that Alzheimer's patients or people affected by Alzheimer's can still remember these songs, and so my ministry is going to be for people with Alzheimer's, and just go in and sing with them and help them to bring back some memories that they may not have been able to bring back without music.
Princess lessons are Saturday the 9th at the Sagersville Renaissance Building. Find Kathleen on Facebook. That's Kathleen with a K, and she can get you registered. And there's also a page set up for princess lessons as well. But find her. It's posted and easy enough to do. And while princess lessons are going to be here in just a few days, what's going to be here in what's going to feel like a few days, at least for Kathleen, is the month of July. And that means Miss Kentucky. And that means there are a few things that she has to have done before then. Some of the most important ones, well, she just got done recently.
Well, the obvious, we have to have a dress. But we picked that out the other day, so that's really exciting. But no, a lot of my focus right now is on my platform, which is a huge part of the Miss Kentucky Scholarship Organization. Not only that, but my talent, that's a large part of the score sheet, and then the interview, which doing something like this with you helps a lot. You never know what they're going to throw at you, but that's something that we've been focusing on. We've still got a lot of work to do, and I'm really excited. Yeah, like you said, July seems like it's forever away, but it'll be here before we know it. And I'm raring to go, and I'm really excited to do this princess lessons and raise some money for the Alzheimer's Association.
For young ladies, young princesses, my apologies, ages 3 to 10, $20 per princess. All proceeds going to support our platform, as you heard. 2 to 4, Saturday the 9th at the Sagersville Renaissance Building. And when we did the interview today, she got to look around, see the Renaissance Building, and had some great ideas for what and where she could do everything. And she's expecting, hopefully, a lot of princesses to show up. Saturday the 9th. That brings me to a break. I'll be right back with more headlines.
This next interview is a small portion of a much larger one than I realized real quickly I wasn't going to be able to get on tonight. But it also gives me the weekend to include some other stuff, as it's going to be the final weekend for the original and still current owners of the Sagersville Dairy Queen to be so. But we did have to get some information out tonight. A reminder about our big annual customer appreciation sale at the Sagersville Dairy Queen on New Year's Day, where nearly everything, most everything, is half off all day long. And also about who else we're supporting with that as well, and how it all came to be. And it also includes a bit of information that we'll elaborate more on next week. It's public knowledge, but it's not been addressed in the program, that the Sagersville Dairy Queen will be under new ownership beginning shortly after the first of the year.
While some folks, and I say that realizing that you may have to go out of Sagersville, McGoffin County to find folks like that who may think it's just a business, but for anyone who lives here in the area certainly knows that it's been much more than that. Not just for our family and a group of friends who decided to put in a Dairy Queen decades ago, 27 years, but also what it's meant to the community as far as employees and support. And it's just really grown into something that I don't think anyone was really expecting it to do. And when I sat down with Dad this afternoon to do an interview, partially about the reminder for the annual New Year's Day Customer Appreciation Sale, and we knew we were going to talk about the history of the store a bit and about the sale and about how it's kind of all happened. I knew real quickly this was not an interview that I was going to be able to air today, so we will be able to put that together, and I need to talk to a few more folks before we do. But we need to make mention of a few timely things tonight, and that is a reminder that this New Year's Day will be the last Customer Appreciation Sale under the helm of the management as it is now. Mom and Dad, and of course their partners, have decided to sell the Dairy Queen, and as you can well imagine, if you've ever been in that store and seen Mom or Dad or anyone in there and how they interact with everyone, it wasn't a decision that was made lightly or one that wasn't hard to do.
Yeah, big time. But I'm 68, and these folks came and talked to us 4 or 5 years ago wanting to do this, and we put them off, and they came back this time with a situation where they're willing to buy the business, and we get to keep the building and the property, and they give us the lease to rent. So yeah, it wouldn't be prudent for us to pass this up at everyone's age. It's just a smart thing to do for us. Now it's real hard because I've got people here that can run this place without me for a long time. But if I were to lose half of these people, and I had new people coming in, and I couldn't have this standard of people, I'd be scared to death. So it's, you just weigh all the stuff in, it weighs out, this is probably the best time for us to make the move. Yeah.
We'll talk more a bit about the history and what it's meant to us in a few days, but I do need to make mention tonight, because it's our last show of the week and the year, that the annual New Year's Day Customer Appreciation Sale is this Friday. Everything, with the exception of the ice cream cakes, half off all day long. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, eat there all day. Everything's half off. With each order, not with each item, but with each order, we do add $1 on there, and 100% of those dollars goes directly to the McGoffin County Rescue Squad. We started that a few years ago when they were having some really terrible financial trouble. They had them in a tight spot this time of year, and they're never in a really good spot, so it's something we've carried on for the past several years. We want you to, if you can, be a part of our sale, not just for the rescue squad, but for all of us, more so than ever this year.
Dairy Queen started out as Customer Appreciation Day, that's right, and then they kind of wiggled around, changed it, and done this and that. We kept it on January the 1st. And then, of course, whoever's idea it was to do half plus one, it's easy on the customer, that extra $1, and it really makes a big benefit for the rescue squad. So it's, yeah. So we're going to do it again. We hope we can shoot it through the roof this time.
So the plans are New Year's Day sale is Friday, normal business Saturday, and we'll be closing the restaurant at 5 this Sunday, and that will be our last day of operations before the new owners will take control. I think they're planning on closing maybe Monday and maybe Tuesday. I'm not quite for certain, but starting early next week, they'll be in charge and running your Sayersville Dairy Queen. Something that has certainly weighed real heavy on a whole lot of hearts, I can tell you that. But it doesn't go without a whole lot of history and wonderful memories that we'll try to touch on next time we talk about it. But if you can, stop by Dairy Queen. Everything, with the exception of ice cream cakes, half off all day long, start to finish. And for every order, just $1 added, and all those dollars going to support your McGoffin County Rescue Squad. Happy New Year from everybody at DQ.
No offense to our Kentucky Wildcats, but tickets are going to be much more expensive and much harder to get this weekend. I'll tell you why. Also, some basketball information to pass along to you on the local high school level. Right now, though, this evening's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar.
And check out that smile. That smile starts off our community calendar tonight with a birthday wish, a happy 12th to Autumn Combs, with a whole lot of love, Autumn, from your dad and a whole lot of family and friends too. Happy 12th birthday to you. Happy birthday, Autumn Combs. And a happy 86th to Mary David. Happy birthday today, with a whole lot of love from a whole lot of family and friends. Happy 86th birthday to Mary. From there, only a couple of reminders for the new year. A reminder that Rumpke will be running normal time tomorrow. They'll be running extra early. That's right, tomorrow on New Year's Eve, but they'll be off on New Year's this Friday, picking up Friday's garbage on Saturday. Don't forget about the annual weigh down at the Magafa County Extension Office. It starts this coming Monday the 4th. For 6 Mondays in a row, they'll meet, they'll weigh, they'll taste some really tasty recipes, get a little exercise too, and the biggest loser gets a big prize, and of course a little help keeping those New Year's resolutions. And night watch services are set for tomorrow night, 8 o'clock at your Stinson United Baptist Church, and this is your invitation. As well as an invitation to join us whenever you have a calendar announcement, birthdays and anniversaries too. Tell us, and we'll tell everyone else. That's going to do it for tonight's announcements. More headlines, a lot of sports related, I'll use that term loosely, news. Okay, real quickly, I'm going to go through your 2-minute drill, maybe not quite that long, to catch you up on some high school action. And after the first of the year, home games will pick back up, as will coverage and not just scores. As for Johnson Central and the Eagles, a loss by 6 to Morgan County in the Pikeville Invitational. That was last night. Now they were set to take on Russell this afternoon, also in the Pikeville Invitational. Don't have a score as of yet, but they'll be back at home and they'll be hosting Magafa County. That's right, the boys team this Saturday. That will be a good one to watch. The Golden Eagles were 3-7 going into that afternoon or evening game with Russell. As for the Lady Eagles, a loss 37-44 against Ritt, Georgia. That was in the Sunshine Classic down in Daytona, where they were set to take on another round and an unknown opponent today. No score, no word on that. I can tell you they're playing in the Mountain Classic starting next week on Monday, and their first opponent yet to be announced. But the girls right now 6-4. The Hornets lost a close one last night at Belfry, taking on Pike Central, and I mean a close one. It was in the Mountain Schoolboy Classic, 56-58. They had a big lead, then it got close, then it got not so close, and Pike Central came out with the win. The boys now 6-4. They've lost 3 in a row, and their next contest, well, they're still at Belfry today, taking on Belfry in the Mountain Schoolboy Classic. As for the Lady Hornets, a close win over Leslie County. This was a Lady Bulldog Holiday Classic matchup in Hazard yesterday. They're all for the weekend and actually until next Monday. And good news, it's going to be a home game. They're hosting Boyd County next Monday night. Lady Hornets 6-4 right now. In the 62nd District, Coach Perry and his Cougars picked up a win by half a dozen over Johnson Central. This was at Pikeville in the Pikeville Invitational, where they were playing next round action this afternoon against Sheldon Clark at 4:45. No word on that game as of right now, but the Cougars 8-4 after a win in the Pikeville Invitational over Johnson Central. Lady Cougars, meanwhile, came back with a loss in the JP Deaton Classic. Well, they didn't come back. They're still there. In fact, after losing to Owsley County yesterday, 38-53, they were to take on another unknown opponent today, and no word on who that is or how that game has turned out. But I can tell you the Lady Cougars 6-5 right now. They're next at home on Monday, hosting Round County. Back in the 57th District, a big win for Boyd County, nearly doubling up on the Tigers, 101-52 in the Ashland Invitational. That was taking on Boyd County at Ashland Blazer. They were still in the Ashland Invitational for game set for today. No word on the outcome, hadn't been posted. Now, after they come back from Ashland Blazer after today's game, they won't be in action until next Tuesday. Now, that is going to be an away game, not too far away. They'll be traveling over to Johnson Central. And also a loss, and that was 4 losses in a row for the Tigers, by the way. Also a loss, the third in a row for the Lady Tigers, 64-58 against Bergen County in the Country Music Highway Classic. And that was at Johnson Central. That loss to Bourbon County followed a loss to John Hardin and Boyd County, all in the Classic. Now, they are next in action tonight. They're on a road in a regular season scheduled game, obviously. Not a classic is what I meant. And they were to be at Russell this afternoon. No word on that outcome. Actually, that is the All-A tournament. My apologies. About goofed that one up completely. The 15th Region All-A Classic tournament began today at the Expo Center in the first round. The Lady Tigers taking on Allen Central. No word on the outcome. And to sum it up real quick with your Licking Valley RECC forecast, 52 and falling down to about 36 tonight. We'll do so under cloudy skies and accompanied by a west-northwest wind around 6 miles per hour. And yes, I do it every day, it seems as though, and probably do, but that is a total misprint. Tomorrow's daytime high on your New Year's Eve is is going to be 44 degrees, not 36. Tomorrow night's low will be 29, and obviously not 44. My apologies. Cloudy tomorrow with temperatures once again climbing into the mid-40s. Mostly cloudy skies start to finish, but calm, cold, and dry. As for your New Year's Day, let's see if I got this one right. I did, yay. Mostly sunny, 39 degrees. That's right, 39 degrees. We'll also see mostly clear skies and a 22-degree low on New Year's night. We're going to see those clear and cool conditions continue all the way through your weekend. And Saturday, I've got 38 and sunny. Sunday, 44 and sunny. 44 and sunny on your Monday. You'll notice no mention of snow, which means we are going to really set a record for first snowfall recorded. Yet to be determined.
And once again, that's going to put the wraps on this evening this year. I do this every year. I feel as though I do it every evening, where I wish that I'd had more time to sit and put into words more eloquently how appreciative we are for you allowing us to be in your homes each and every weeknight. We'll be off tomorrow and Friday, some maintenance and some software to change and install. So we'll be working and getting ready to start off the new year on a very bright note, and with more news that you'll only see here on Your News Today. I sincerely, as do we all here at the studio and at home, wish you the safest and happiest of New Year's, and we hope you'll join us back here Monday. I've already got programming for next year, for Monday, in store, so please be sure, and if you see any news out there, let us know about it, but you'll be sure to see news that you don't know about on Monday's program and every weeknight here on Your News Today. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, and we'll see you next time.